Hey, we made it, guys. Welcome to the Swarm Report. I'm Hudah, bringing you around the crypto AI ecosystem in 30 minutes or so. We've been going a little long lately. Today will probably be a little shorter because of the late start. Man, a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff that pretty damn sure you guys are going to like coming up here. Man, really soon. We're building in the Virtuals ACP. We're building out our agent. There's a lot going on in the Virtuals ecosystem. So forgive the lateness. Promise worth your weight here. Let's get into it, guys. We're going to look at what happened today in the Virtuals ecosystem, the tokens that launched, who cooked, who's doing what, how I'm playing it, and I'm going to tell you guys. I think I found a little interesting twist on the trading today. Some of us have been doing it for a little while already, but I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how I'm playing Virtuals right now. Hood's good to see you, man. Cat's great to see you, buddy. We're live on Abstract and on X. And here on YouTube, come over to the YouTube side, though, especially, guys. Come over here. Subscribe. You have to catch these shows. You have to. This isn't a braggy thing, so you know when I say stuff, how to take it, right? We're all having fun. I'll say that. We're all having a lot of fun in the Virtuals ecosystem, a ton of freaking fun. And there are plays every damn day at this point, and you don't want to miss it. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss the alpha. You don't want to miss the moves. You don't want to miss what's coming. And then, of course, you don't want to miss the big guests that are coming on this show. And we've got more big guests coming up here next week. Some of you guys know who some of them are. Some of you have no idea on some of them. I promise that. Some really spicy conversations coming. All of those you catch over here on CryptoSlam. Also say, and I've mentioned before, the show time is going to be changing. So again, if you can't catch it or you just don't want to be caught off guard when it happens, just subscribe. That's it. All that to say subscribe to the channel. CryptoSlam on YouTube. Follow SlamAI_XYZ over on X. But most importantly, go follow our agent. It's the Swarm_AI. Give him a follow over on X. Let me give this show a little love myself. Hang on, I'm live on X, right? Let's see. I'm just going to retweet the show myself. We'll take a look at Cookie, see how the market's doing. Dude, I'll tell you, man. I think a lot of us were a little worried this morning with the Trump EU tariff news and, bit of a pullback. Damn, Clint, 4 a.m. So, Clint, this is going to move a little earlier for you. I don't know if you get up early or if you're just staying up. If it's 4 a.m., you're staying up till. So, hang on. This show is going to move. Let me count out. Yeah, we're going to move about 4 hours earlier. No. Hang on. 5 hours earlier. 5 hours earlier. So this is going to move to 9 a.m. Eastern time. Basically, if you see the channel, right, we do our morning chain reactor show. This show is going to move to the morning. And we'll still touch crypto and NFTs too. We have to. It's too important. This stuff's all tied together. So we'll look at the crypto market. We'll look at the NFT market. But we're going to then focus on, the Virtuals ecosystem, the AI ecosystem. That's Clint really smart. Really, really smart. Well, I hope the new time works for you. Maybe better, right? I hope it does. And if not, man, like I say, you can catch the replays. They still work. We're timely with this shit. Anyway, crypto market looking pretty good. We dumped a little bit this morning after the Trump tariff news, whatever. Market shaking it right off. We're back to 109K Bitcoin, looking great. AI market looking pretty awesome as well. Down just 1.28% in the past 24 hours, $11.58 billion market cap. So we are cooking over here. I think, dude, you know what I think. I think we're about to get a different next level kind of cook over here. Looking at our top agents here by market cap, it's still Fartcoin on top of $1.55 billion market cap. Wow. Followed by Ket, Turbo, Toshi, and AIXBT. On the infrastructure side, it's FET. Look, guys, man, we've probably not put enough attention on FET. 2.37 billion. Got as low as 1.7-ish. We may need to do a special coverage of FET. There's no AI token that's got a higher market cap than this one. FET's probably really important that we do a deeper dive into. We got Virtual at number 2, AIXBT, Cookie, and then Venice. And then over in DeFi, it's Venice on top, followed by Griffane, Hey Anon, Olas, and Cortex. And then let's peek by Mindshare here. And it is Cookie still on top. By a large amount. Look at Fartcoin all the way at number 3. So it's Cookie, then Virtual. Makes a ton of sense. Fartcoin, Rect, and AIXBT. I bet you if we did a little poll at the beginning or if I threw out a little question to you guys, what do you think that ranking looks like? I bet you could all guess it. I bet you could all guess what's at number one and who else is top five. Makes tons of sense here. But Cookie with their new Snaps campaign, virtual is the talk of basically crypto Twitter, not just AI, but crypto Twitter. It's all virtual. At least my timeline is Rec Guy cooking, Farcoin always cooking, AI XBT, right? None of this surprising. Virgin was the hot topic yesterday. Sir, yes, I'm with you, Clint. Clint can't recommend virtuals Virgin enough. 50,000 points. Wow. Hang on. Did you get 50,000 from Virgin or did you put 50,000 into Virgin? I'm with you, dude. I'm with you. Virgin is Virgin's a really special one. It's a even at the market, we're going to look at price, but even at the market cap it's at now, I wonder if some people out there are underestimating its potential. Virgin is like the play of virtuals right now. As a meme coin, it has a different kind of reach and a different kind of potential. And there's a lot of people still not touching the virtuals ecosystem. They're just not. Wow, you did 50. Damn, dude, you're racking up points. 50,000 into Virgin, 180K into nAIncy. Dude, amazing. I've never had a day like that yet with points. I got 3,000 today, which is my highest, or maybe it was even 2,000. But I'm coming on strong, Clint. I'm coming for your points. Dude, amazing, amazing. Virgin is appealing to people who don't care about AI agents, right? The people like us who care about AI agents, we're automatically going to like Virgin, the meme of the ecosystem. But guys out there who don't want anything to do with the AI stuff, love memes, love the speculative stuff, they're coming for this guy because they see the potential here. These guys see the potential here. A meme coin that represents one of the hottest ecosystems in all of crypto. And the hottest meme coins, man, on different chains in various ecosystems. Guys, we're talking market caps that look like 50 mil, 100 mil, 200 mil. That's the potential of this coin. That's the potential of this coin. And so looking at it right now, and it did see a little bit of a pullback after this morning tariff news. It did. Pulled back from a 16 mil market cap, guys. It hit 16 mil this morning. That is an 80x from the pre-sale price. That's right. If you put in one virtual yesterday, like I did, like Katz did, like Biggie did, you turn your one virtual into 80 virtual. Incredible things. Pulled back right now to 12.7 mil market cap. I think this is a very spicy entry point. Maybe this is never financial advice. I don't think you have to say that anymore, right? Since Trump got in office, you don't have to say that. But I just want to make sure people know I'm not ever encouraging people to get in a token. I'm just trying to share my very emotional takes and thoughts. Like if I'm bullish on something, I'm feeling it. And I like to make sure that comes across. And then I try to explain why. Virgin at a 12 mil market cap, I feel has a lot of potential. Getting close to 20 mil earlier today, it tells me that holders are willing to hold, that this token can be pushed up there. And when this market really gets cooking, back to the conversation about meme coins, the potential of meme coins, it's not 10, 15, 20 mil. It's the 50. It's the 100. Marty, appreciate you, man. Marty, DM you what to buy, got to run. Marty, I'll do that with, yeah. I'll do that with Marty. 100, I'm with you. So just to keep it memeable, Clint, I'm saying 69 mil market caps programmed in. Make no mistake, meme magic works here, guys. 69 mil market cap is coming for Virgin. Just having fun, but I think it's going to happen. 100 mil is very, very possible. It's very possible. As a beta play on the Virtuals token too. By the way, if you stake your Virgin token, you do earn points. And by the way, if you sell your Virgin token, you don't get put in timeout. This is a liquidity machine right here. It's the best thing in the ecosystem right now. It's not to take away from people building awesome products, but the most needed token in the ecosystem with the most potential, kind of like the gift that keeps giving, it's Virgin. I have not staked yet. I'm very tempted to stake, but I'm going to look at it as a way to break off some Virtuals tokens to go play more drops. I'm going to be doing that. Oh, okay. This is awesome. I want to point this out in the chat because Clint is getting a ton of points and you need points. I'm going to make a video later explaining, but you need points to play these pre-sales. I'll also mention you can do this on secondary and do well too. I did that today and I'm going to show you what I did and why it works. But points are key to getting into these pre-sales and getting big allocations. Clint is saying Clint got 50,000 points he put into Virgin yesterday. That's a huge chunk. Clint probably made, I don't know if you're comfortable sharing, Clint, like how many tokens you got or how much virtual you put in and what that equals today. You don't have to, of course. But Clint started with a little bit. Clint started with 500 virtual at 50 cents. What is that, like 250 bucks? And now Clint's getting, tens of thousands of points a day, I'm guessing, and able to play these things big. It is still early right now, guys. If nothing else I say, like, matters, just believe me when I say it's actually still early in the virtuals ecosystem. Clint's bag is worth 5K, his Virgin bag. Incredible. Wait, it's got to be more than that. 5,000 virtual. It's really early in the virtuals ecosystem. I was telling this to Katz earlier. My only friends who are in the virtuals ecosystem right now are you guys that are here in the chat, and that's it. That's it. Most of my friends aren't touching this yet. They're not. They think they missed it, or they just don't want to jump through the hoops to get over here. They're gonna, man. It's only so long they can take hearing about our 50x's and our 100x's. They can only take it so long before they take the steps and come in, or when this expands to Solana and it's like so much easier to get in, then they come in. Because I'll tell you, man, base isn't easy. I'm having trouble with base. Like a quarter of my transactions, actually more than that. I would say probably 4 out of 5 times I try to transact on virtuals, they don't go through. Errors, all that stuff. Clint, you're awesome, man. Appreciate you hanging. Get some sleep, dude. But we'll see you soon. Be like Clint. Get in. Start small. I'm telling you, dude, start with 1 virtual. Tweet about this stuff. Get your points. Again, I'll explain how you do that. This is very, very early still. Yeah, Clint's cool. You get in here. Now, let's do the drops today. Well, actually, let's look at the board and see what's coming up here. And I'll say this right now, I think it's pretty quiet. We did peek at Hub yesterday. Somebody in the chat asked what I thought about it, wanted me to peek at it. I did peek. Look, there's a big account behind this, a big account on X with like 90,000 followers. So I'm like, okay, I need to dive a little deeper. I actually do. I'm like, okay, it's probably something to pay attention to, but let me dig deeper. I did. Those followers are, I believe, all fake. There's no engagement on the tweets. That's a project I would probably stay far away from. And you can see by only 11% subscribed, most people are staying away from it. Makes a ton of sense. Mind Yaps is a AI agent that's going to tweet and farm yaps. Interesting. I think there'll be a day where something like that actually works. I don't think that's today. So I don't think this is going to get to 100. Maybe. The closer this gets to 100, the more likely it's going to be that it gets there. Reason being, guys, it's a way for people to get big allocations and farm points. RoboStack, interesting too. This probably completes. This is a virtual robot ecosystem. Build a virtual robot, test it, build it out, whatever, without having to build the physical robot. I could see how that's an interesting play. I don't think it's a high ceiling. I'm skipping it. And then the big one's coming up, and really, to me, the only thing that needs to be, on your calendar that you need to be targeting right now, it's Bookie AI. That is the next hottest drop coming up here. Focus on that. We'll do a deeper dive here, probably over the weekend, to be honest. Rocky, good morning, bro. Good to see you, man. We have a new one on the board that is really hot. A new one on the board. Breaking news, fam. A new red hot virtuals drop on the board. All right, Solus. Who can tell me what Solus is? Who knows? I'm going to give like 10 seconds because you can't look it up. Who knows? Solus matters a ton. We've talked about the Virtuals Hackathon, right? And a lot of the projects we've had come on this show for interviews have placed in the Virtuals Hackathon. Zap, oh my God, it's good to see you, man. I missed you, bro. I do. Who knows Solus? Okay, I already spoiled it. Virtuals Hackathon. Solus, the number 1 finisher. That was your number 1 AI agent in the Virtuals Hackathon. Guys, this is your next target. This is your biggest guaranteed cook coming up. Number 1 finisher at the Virtuals Hackathon. Get your points ready. So now we've got 2 big agents coming in the next 4 to 5 days. Get the points ready. Solus is an emotionally intelligent AI companion, real-time voice-driven mental health support. Something like that. I'm like, I don't know who's going to use it. I don't know. And I don't know what the ceiling on something that like that is, but Number one hackathon finisher. Number freaking one. I imagine it gets a push because of that. It's that simple. It will complete because of that. It may absolutely cook because of that. Absolutely cook because of that. That alone, number one in the virtuals hackathon, the end. Okay. As we get close, I need to get them on the show. I'm going to reach out to them right after, see if we can get them on the show next week. We can get them on right when this launches. But this is, it's a must play, right? That said, it's going to be way oversubscribed. Yeah, we'll dive into this later. For now, you know it's on the board. We need to do a deep dive together. I do want to keep today kind of short, but this is a must play. Maverick, dude, we did good today, didn't we? We did good. My guy. I'll show you what we did play today. The two on the board that we played, well, that most people played today. The nAIncy copy trading agent trades RWAs. I believe it trades. Does it trade memes too? Either way. Generally, a copy trader. And it'll trade more and more and more. By the way, there's other agents coming out in this nAIncy ecosystem that will not have tokens. But this was your hot one today. 1,500% oversubscribed, 6,664 participants. Hot one, right? And how'd it do? Wow, look at Cap. Not great, but actually, I think still a great play. Here's nAIncy at a 6 mil market cap. That means people who got into this token got about, let me think here, for 20, like a 25x. Remember, you get in now, at this point, virtual is up, so you get in at a $220,000 market cap. We're going to round it up to like 250. And so at a 6 mil market cap, oh, I'm sorry, that's like a 30x. Am I mathing right? Let's say 24, 25x, which is pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. And this range here, well, let me back it up a little bit. Right now, people are faced with this dilemma. Do you sell your tokens and you get your 25x and you get on a 10-day points cooldown, so you don't accrue points for 10 days? Do you do that, or do you stake your coins for this one, I think about 30 days, and watch the coin bleed out, if that's what it's going to do, right? This one, I don't know. But I feel like these coins usually bleed out and hang out around 2, 3, 4 mil, somewhere in that ballpark, right? That's what the nAIncy holders are going to be faced with today. Either way, you win, by the way. If you sell it and take a 25x, you won. If you go stake all your coins, I don't imagine this is falling below the pre-sale price, that 220K. So you won. You can't lose with this stuff. This is why I'm trying to tell people there's no reason to not be playing this. You win no matter what. Now, the other one we were looking at this morning that was kind of like last minute, wasn't really on my radar either. Should have been. I got to step it up, guys. But Capminal. Okay, only 356% oversubscribed. We want stuff like that. We want tokens that can perform and at least stay over the pre-sale market cap, which, again, if they complete, they're basically going to stay there. But we want the lower subscription percentage, guys, because you get more points. That's it. Interesting. Don't sell it. All right, don't sell nAIncy. I like what nAIncy's cooking. And I heard the team, by the way, on the spaces with, was it Vader or was it with that other spaces? Really good team. And they're cooking. So advice from Clint here, don't sell. Now, Capminal, I played. And I only played it after doing a quick bro, I did not do a dick dive. I did a deep dive. Holy. I don't know where that came from, bro. But let me show you what I found with Capminal. It's looking at the team. The team won me over. So it was a little combination here. Team with connections plus low subscription means, look, it'll hold enough value and it's going to get you points. I'll show you this. So here's the team. A bunch of guys with these .base or base.eth addresses. Doesn't mean a ton, but it means a little something to me. Guys who have built other platforms before with big followers, right? Founder of DakiSwap, 175,000 followers there. And then hang on, they all have like decent looking accounts. But this one caught my attention, not that one, but Dustin.base.eth. That's not the one that caught my attention. It's this one here. Coco Codes is one. This is ecosystem growth strategist at base in Africa. So this is somebody on the base team, right? This is somebody on the base team who's got all the right people following. The base blockchain's following him. Jesse from base is following him. Look at the followers. Again, these little things matter because if I'm hoping that one of these guys gets a retweet from somebody that matters and sends token price, you play that. That's how you gamble. You play the odds for that. You do. So Jesse's following. A lot of big names and a lot of like highly respected accounts are following this guy. That simple. It is literally that simple. And I believe, hang on, this person too is on the, wow. So this is also somebody tied to this account, tied to this launch. And they are very well connected here too. This has got some really interesting founders. Okay. So that plus the low subscription got me playing the game. And again, I want to show you how it's working out because I think it's really interesting. And this brings us a new strategy for how we play. By the way, this is a DeFi play. This is an AI DEX. Think of Hey Anon, right? You can give it commands how you want it to transact for you. I want you to send X amount of base ETH to this address. I want you to bridge this amount of this token to this blockchain. I want you to send Hoods 0.25 whatever token version. It does that for you. It does swaps for you, and they're gasless swaps. Really interesting, right? So there's utility here from a very competent team who looks to be well connected. Again, I saw all that and I said, look, this token is going to complete because it was already over 100%, but it has the chance to actually go up. It has the chance to do that. All the while, I'm going to stake. I'm going to go stake and I'm going to farm those points. Here's where the real magic happens, though. Are these accounts verified on virtual on say, yes, I'm pretty darn sure. Yes. Like I'm like 99% sure nobody can just add these to that. And I went enough in those accounts and I saw them tweeting about the product to know that it's real. And I went to the website. So I did a little more, deep dive. But again, this one just looked very legit, looked like it was going under the radar. And actually more than that, guys, we might have another like perfect scenario happening here. So we've been talking about this perfect scenario where there's lots of great launches and the virtuals team has said, you don't have enough points to get all these tokens. You don't. You're going to run out of points because we got so many great launches coming. We might be there now. So many people went into nAIncy that they might have been tapped out for Capminal. That could have happened. Or people weren't interested, or they were like me and they didn't pay attention to it. They might have missed it entirely. Or maybe they paid attention and they don't care and they don't see upside. But I want to say that there is that scenario that maybe points are getting rare. Got to consider it. If so, we can expect more things like Capminal that let us get bigger chunks of that token supply. Now, you saw the market cap. It's nothing crazy right now. So it's not like we're winning big on the multiples there. But if we get to Solus, guys, Solus? I got to figure out how to pronounce like really normal words. If we get to that and people are out of points and Bookie and people are out of points, right? That's where things get spicy. Hot drops, like tokens that are get to like 10 mil market caps, but not oversubscribed like this, right? Like a hot drop where it's only 400% oversubscribed. That's where you're going to do the most damage. And I do think that time is coming here pretty soon. Okay, back to Capminal and how this play worked. And I think it was a pretty cool play. I bought in 5 virtual worth of tokens. I'm a minnow. I'm not playing this big and I will get there. I'll get there right with you guys because I think a lot of us are on the same footing. Okay. 5 virtual into this. I put 2,000 points. This is the most points I've ever had. I had 3,500 points this morning. I wanted to go all in, but I also thought I want to keep some just in case I don't get points over the next few days for some reason. 2,000 points, 5 virtual worth. But guys, I'm noticing on most of these drops, most of these token launches, when they come out, they dip. Sometimes they shoot up and then they pull back, right? But we could go look at most of these charts. I have noticed almost every chart has an opportunity to buy in here, or at least get in lower. And I'm going to show you. Like it's worth checking live with you and seeing if that holds up. But I feel like I've seen that enough that that's how I did end up playing this token. Let's look at Busy. Let's look at Manikai. Let's look at Arbus. By the way, I like the Arbus crew. I've been poking around on the terminal. I like what I'm seeing. Okay, here's a look at Busy. Here's what I saw with Busy. Yeah, it looks like the same thing. If I wouldn't buy right out of the gate, wait for the big pullback, and you are getting pullbacks on almost all of these. You have an opportunity to buy all the way here. Let's look at Manikai. I haven't seen these before, so I don't know. I don't know that it plays out this way every time, but this one I had a feeling with that it would pull back. Manakai's wild. So maybe you'd be flat here. And then let me check Arbus. How is Arbus do? Arbus is a 9 mil market cap. Spicy. Arbus had that opportunity too. So Arbus had this kind of range right here or over here. Ultimately, though, guys, here's how I played it. And it's just something to be mindful of and something that might work more often than not. Might. Okay. Capminal comes out. I already got in the pre-sale, but I decided if the market cap is low enough, I'm going to buy in and get more. That was my plan. Reason being, guys, you can trade these tokens and not get put on cooldown, right? You can play these tokens and not hit a penalty as long as you keep your pre-sale balance. So I know I've shared this example before. I want to make sure people really know it, though. Some people might not have heard. If I got random numbers here, 500 of this cap token, okay? I got 500 in the pre-sale. When the token goes live, if I buy 500 more or 100 more, it doesn't matter what the number is, I can sell anything above 500. Okay. So if I bought 500 in the pre-sale and bought 500 more, I can sell 500 as long as I don't dip below that initial pre-sale balance of 500, no penalty. So that's how I played this one. Got the 5 virtuals worth when this came out. Actually, let me tell you exactly where I bought in. I just want to make sure the example is as accurate as possible. Let's go to we could probably do, we'll do the 1 minute. Okay. So again, 5 virtual. You know what? I bought pretty darn early. Here we go. So bought the 5 virtual. When this came out, that initial pullback to 1.3. Because of that team, I did not see this coin not reaching 2-3 mil. I didn't see it because the team is so well connected. It's that simple. If it lived here, I'm willing to like eat that this is going to ride out flat, for a few weeks. But I bought in at 1.3 mil and the token goes up. In theory, guys, and how it worked out for me is I did sell, by the way. I bought 10 virtual worth of this. I sold somewhere around here, but I made 5 virtual on top of it, covered my initial pre-sale purchase, right? That's the strategy I'm going to try to apply here as much as possible going forward. Get in the pre-sale, buy on secondary once these tokens go live, and sell. Absolutely sell. Try to sell enough to cover my initial position. Because what I'm looking at right now is holding something like 50,000 of this cap token basically for free. I'm out 2,000 points, but I'm not out any virtual. I'm completely flat on this one. And it could have worked out that I'm up a little, could have worked out that I'm down a little, but either way, it eats into that initial spend. So I'll show you. Now I've got, I think 50,000 of those staked. Let's double check here. Where is it here? Yeah, okay. Capminal. Does this not show me how much is staked? Should right here. Here we go. 51,000. $81 worth. It didn't cost anything. Because again, I traded on secondary. I bought some, sold, and cost nothing. So now for the next 30 days, I earn points on cap. And when the unlock comes, right? When the unlock comes, if it's worth nothing, doesn't matter. It didn't cost me anything. But for the next 30 days, I get to grind out points on cap. Plus, I get the Genesis, the Diamond Hand bonus. Plus, do I get a trading bonus for just, trading some of this token? I believe so. This is a 30-day point farm for free. And I think if you start doing this every day, as often as you can, I think this is the way that you start grinding out points big time. All the while, tweet about it. Tell people your strategy. Share your insights. And you're in the yapping points too. It's, again, I think this opportunity is so easy because so few people are doing it. I think people are not paying attention. Again, they think they're late, and they're not. You get a multiplier on the Diamond Hand bonus if you stake your initial allocation for trading the token in addition to your allocation. Okay, so you know what? I think I have like 30 or 300. I don't know the exact number, but I have a tiny amount of token above. I didn't want to chance it. I didn't want to chance that I sold like even one token too many and then hit myself with a cooldown, right? So I made sure I didn't sell all the tokens I bought. I left a little padding there. So that means I'm staking some that I bought, which means I guess I'm going to get, a multiplier here. Oh, well, I'll tell you this. I have nothing official I can say about the bull other than he was talked about today. He's live on X. It's not going to help you right now, right? But a lot of talk about that guy. And I'll just people will be able to connect some dots. I know people want all these updates. I know. Like we know, I don't have them still, but I know there are updates coming, and they do matter, and they do move the needle. And think of it like this: everybody's waiting for like the virtuals ACP and some of that stuff to launch, right? And you see how there's updates that'll give screenshots and teasing and stuff, but like it's not live. We don't know exactly when. We know it's just coming soon. Similar thing. It's just there's certain things that are kind of time gated or waiting for. You just have to wait and time some of the announcements for reasons sometimes out of your control. Let's see. Microbuy bot is being used on Cap. Interesting. Is that like a market maker? Is that a trader? Cap is interesting. I think it's like, I want to say it's underpriced. This one to me is kind of weird at, 1.5 mil. If that team is, the team looks pretty stacked. I kind of think in 30 days, I don't think this is going to be down at my buy-in price at that 200K market cap, right? I kind of picture, at the very least, it's flat, but I kind of picture this token living 2-3 mil. We'll see. And all it takes is that one lucky tweet from a Jesse or from Base or something, and that sends this thing. And at that point, look, it doesn't do you any good if it's locked up, right? But we're hoping after the 30 days or even 7 days before, when you can sell with no penalty, we're hoping it's up. I hope so. Those are the big plays today. Otherwise, kind of quiet. Those were fun and noisy when they happened, but at this point, kind of quiet. So let's peek one more time if there's anything coming up today. Again, Hub, I would stay far away from Hub. I don't think it's going to complete. Yeah, this one's still interesting, and so we'll be able to check this one tomorrow morning on our stream. RoboStack is interesting. Yeah, nothing else here that is, I think, is moving the needle. Now, Mellow, I'm curious why something like Solace or Solus would do well, but Mellow not. So I'll start diving into that and doing a comparison there. But this one's a perps trader, Hyper Orb. Well, I do like stuff that's trading hyper liquid, like Gigabrain's doing that, and it's doing pretty well. Although that token's at 5 mil, and I'm sorry, I think that's an opportunity at 5 mil. Yeah, this one might be interesting, actually. Let's peek at this a little bit. So when this show moves to the morning, guys, I am going to tighten up the format. I definitely want to do more DGen stuff and us trade and talk and all that stuff too, but I definitely want to get to segments like I always planned. And me, kind of paring this down to one show does help me get there. So I don't know if it'll be as loose as this is right now. Maybe it will be. It might. But I definitely want to have our segments in there. Keep it feeling a little tighter, a little more professional. You guys deserve it. All right, I don't love this site. Doesn't mean anything. Who cares if I like it or not? But it feels a little, maybe less professional than I would hope. As opposed to Gigabrain, which with the terminal and looking pretty fantastic. So yeah, okay. I don't think there's anything. I don't think we have a cook between today and Bookie AI, right? I don't think we have a cook then. But these two right here, this is it. So maybe we try to end every show with setting our agenda. What are our targets? What are we going to try to play? And I think from now until what is that? Tuesday? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now until Tuesday, the goal is obviously stack points and get ready for Bookie AI and get ready for Solus. Those two. And now we'll keep an eye and see. You never know when something can pop up on here. Something brand new that we weren't, expecting. Until then, stack points. Tweet. Stake your coins. Remember, you got a 14-day cooldown if you try to unstake. So do not stake if you need to be liquid. So then maybe in the meantime, guys, it's probably all about Virgin. Actually, we need to add that to our farming plans. And you can do, trade cap and all that too. Again, if you are buying it, right? Again, if you're buying it on secondary, no penalties. So you can trade any of these things. But I do think Virgin is the best thing to be trading right now. It's liquid, and it has a ton of upside. And man, this is what's so interesting. If Virgin just shits the bed, right? Falls to, I don't know, 7 mil market cap, whatever the number is, man, you just stake and earn points. I just think Virgin is such an interesting play here. But grind out points over the next few days. Get ready for those next 2 drops. Again, tweet about this stuff. Go get those yaps. Go get those points. Super, super worth it. That's how you play the game. And then maybe lastly, I'll just show you my points so you can see, like, again, yesterday, the past 3 days have been my biggest days of points, guys. And I can tell you the one reason why that happened. It's because I linked my X account. It's that simple. I linked my X to the Virtuals platform. I'd never done that before. So make sure if you haven't done it, you absolutely have to do it. You also need to make sure you're on Cato. If you don't have a Cato account, send me a DM. I have an invite for that. I think that's really cool. Music by Virtuals. I think that's a really cool agent. If that's what you were talking about, I think so. But my points here in the past few days, since linking my account back here on the 21st, just 2 days ago, 3 days ago, all of a sudden points start coming. Oh, 1 day before, starting on the 20th. Only 150, but then I started ramping up the tweeting a little bit. Here we go, 1,000. The breakdowns are kind of strange. I think the breakdowns are kind of strange. I only get 3 points from Vader, which, by the way, I think is a great play too. Buy Vader, stake Vader. So like this day here, yapping points, I extend that. I have none here for yapping, but it gives me 1,300 for holder. So I'm not sure why that is. And I'm not sure the point stuff is totally accurate. So just a heads up about that. Daily active bonus, that's probably for trading Virgin, 1,100 points. But that's just so you get an eyeball on these points. I'm not getting a ton yet. Will be really fun when we come back here in a week or two and we start seeing the points really stacking, and they will. The points are really going to start stacking here soon. It's going to get very, very fun. All right. I don't have any updates. Normally I prep some updates from projects. Not today. Today was kind of a coming up right to the wire kind of day to get the show going. So we'll just stick with that, the market review, and the what's coming that's hot. Again, we got a few days to get ready for those things. So looking pretty good. We do not have any swarm reports over this weekend unless we get a project who can come on, like they've got some time, and we do it kind of spur of the moment. So keep your eye out for that. But in the meantime, guys, just follow, subscribe, come over to CryptoSlam over on YouTube, and subscribe over there. I will be live this weekend. You know where to find me. Otherwise, you know what? Especially make sure you follow, because that new showtime might start on Monday. So yeah, so because of that, make sure you're following so you get plugged into that. You can find me at Hudah_idiot on X. And of course, we'll announce that over here on the Swarm_AI. So follow all those. Guys, if I don't see you this weekend, have a great one. We'll see you back here on Monday. Peace.